My name is Matt Randles. That's spelled Randles. I'm the pastor of Headwaters Covenant Church here in Helena. It's part of the Evangelical Covenant Church. And I'm opposed to the death penalty for every reason out there, but I specifically wanted to address the faith, moral, and biblical reasons for opposing the death penalty. Because people argue that we need the death penalty because it's in the Bible, and that somehow God's honor or justice is compromised if we don't have the death penalty. But this isn't true. It's just not true. The first murderer was Cain. It only took 4 chapters to get to him. He killed, and God did not kill him. In fact, God protected him. God marked him and kept him safe. And while the Old Testament does talk about the death penalty, and it talks about it not for just murder, but for worshiping other gods or for dishonoring your parents, we also see that God continually redeemed the worst people for his purposes. Moses killed an Egyptian. Paul oversaw the death of Christians. David took another man's wife and then had him killed off. You could call that a heinous crime. All of this is to say that we don't have to kill people to protect God's honor or to be a godly society. What really honors God? Vengeance and retribution? No. And besides, vengeance belongs to God, not to us. We are not the nation of Israel. We are not a theocracy. We can't enforce the worship of the one true God under the penalty of death. We certainly aren't going to execute people for dishonoring their parents or for adultery. And so we cannot just apply the Old Testament death penalty laws to our society. Is murder different? Does murder demand death? Well, then why didn't God kill Cain, or Moses, or Paul, or David? In Jesus, we see God's will displayed, and we see God's character personified. And in Jesus, we see him say, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. And he doesn't qualify that. He doesn't say, well, you don't have to love the really bad people. We can be so quick to call for vengeance, to stand up for God's justice, and so quick to forget that Jesus said things like, do not resist an evil person, that he said, turn the other cheek. We need a justice system, and we need to keep our society safe, but we don't need the death penalty to do that. It doesn't make us a more godly society at all. So I'd urge you to please vote to abolish the death penalty. Thank you.